Welcome back, everybody, to another wonderful live stream starring your favorite host, Just My Luck. We're back again, playing some more Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe Edition. Now, once again, if you're watching this live on Twitch, thank you for watching it live on Twitch. I appreciate the support. If you're watching this on YouTube, thank you for watching on YouTube. I'm going to be posting my playthroughs on YouTube after the live stream. So if you miss anything out, just go check out the YouTube channel, and that's where everything's going to be posted. Take a swig of water, and away we go. Begin the game.
This is the story of a...
Seen it? Alright, we're back. Welcome back. Quit the game and then start again. Nice.
All of his co-workers were gone.
What could it mean? Alright.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
So... New content, yeah.
Oh, good. You notice my sign.
Yes.
Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
Okay. The new content. Alright.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable
Okay.
and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further.
Whoa.
Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
Really? Oh, hey! The end is never the end.
You see,
again.
isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions?
Yes.
Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel.
Yes.
An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions.
Yes.
This is what fans have truly been asking for.
Taste the sequel. New and tasty. Is it still $1.25? Oh, they have new flavors on here too. It's not just mostly water. Sweet. No, can't open that door. All right.
Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than Ultra Deluxe, don't you think?
Yes.
Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
Yes. They're back. 2 doors. New content out. New content is out. New content part 2 is in. Old and busted, new hotness. Old and busted, new hotness. Nice. I really wonder if they're actually going to do a number 2. More tablespoon, better tablespoon. Or well, TSP. I don't know what they have as TSP. TSP is usually tablespoon. Win-win. Paradigm shift, synergy, brick and mortar approach, develop client-centric marketing. The color red, nice. 2 is greater than 1. Hey, it's the fern! It's the fern they told you to keep in mind of, but it never came back up in any part of the game. It's back. Twice. What is this? Logo ideas. Ooh. I really like that one. Number 5? Number 5 is really cool. I like that. I like number 2 also. It's like the double doors, the 2 doors thing. Alright. I like that. What? It's 2 Stanleys. Whoa! It's the Matrix?
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
Okay. Displayed at the show floor. Alright. New features. A bus to new content. Alright. Expo Hall 2. Whoa.
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
Okay. Merch. They're back 2 doors. Content. There's a QR code. Should I scan the QR code? What do you guys think? There's a QR code there. Alright. Exclusive. The button that says your name of the player that is playing the game. Hear your name in the game. Ooh. Ooh.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people.
Yes.
So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game.
Hell yeah.
Isn't that wonderful?
It's amazing, actually. All right, here we go. Is it really going to say my name? That'd be awesome.
Jim.
Sorry, I should have clarified.
Oh.
Right now, the button only says the name Jim.
Right.
But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is.
Makes sense.
Here,
What
let's
was I
have you
expecting?
role play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature.
I am
Just
Jim.
play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim watching your dreams crumble into dust. Do you feel it deeply?
Yes.
Are you really, truly Jim right now?
I am Jim.
If so, then please step forward and press the button.
Hold on. A little bit longer. Okay, I got a house now and a dog. 2 kids. After falling in love. She's divorced me. She took the dog and the kids. I am Jim. I need this. I need this win. My name needs to be Jim. It needs to be in this game. I need this.
Jim.
Yes! You see? What a thrill! What a rush! That was you!
Yes.
The button described you.
Yes.
Do it again. Do it again.
Yes.
Jim.
Ooh.
It hits even
Yes.
harder the second time.
I am
If this
Jim.
were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money.
Absolutely.
Let's take a break from the Jim button.
Okay.
I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation.
Okay. Alright, nice. I like that. That's a good addition. Good addition. That hit hard. That hit hard. Alright. I'm no longer Jim. I'm leaving this room. I'm no longer Jim. I'm myself again. Okay. Okay.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. That would actually save me the work of finishing this feature.
Save you a lot of money, too. Please, no screenshots. A whole new office? No screenshots. Red is the new orange. The new updated ray tracing, more of the same, but in a good way. New features, new content, new ideas. Ideas. So many ideas. Look at all the ideas. The best ideas. Okay. This says your name. Player that's playing the jump circle, infinity hole. I'm gonna check out the bucket. So we'll check out the bucket. The Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. Okay.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical.
Yeah.
That it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game.
Let's hear it.
It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true.
Okay.
As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms.
Okay.
And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be?
Right.
Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution.
Perfect.
Come on, give it a try.
Oh shit, I get to... Okay.
Can you feel it?
Yes.
The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person.
Narrator.
The benefits of the bucket seem to go on, don't they?
Yes.
All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
Awesome. I have a bucket now. I don't know why I have a bucket, but I do. Okay.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
Okay. We have a bucket now. Okay. No screenshots. What do we got in here?
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one.
Okay.
I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration,
Yeah.
like balloons. But I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which
Okay.
would you go with?
Get well someday. Oh. Get well someday or happy 12th birthday Stepney's this one.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along.
What?
Get
No!
Well Someday it is.
No! No, I picked the other one. No. But happy 12th birthday Stepney's is hilarious. That's such an oddly specific balloon. Oh no, it's everywhere now.
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
Are you sure? You can still switch it. Is that it? That was it. Okay. What's back here? Time and depth. Time like infinity. Okay. Depth infinity. Okay. It just keeps going. Is this the infinity hole?
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game.
Okay.
This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium.
Okay. What's back here? Anything back here? No? Okay. Did I just fall in the hole? Alright.
You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward. Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top.
But it's
Do
infinite.
it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
But it's infinite. Or so you say, unless you're lying to me.
Okay, Stanley, I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole.
You liar!
Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a...
Oh!
hey, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling. What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely? I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem. Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite?
Okay.
If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready.
I want to see what he says. I want to see what he says if I sit down here for a minute. With my bucket. Me and Mr. Bucket stay right here. We're not going anywhere. We can make... that's what the song is over here on this. Just the two of us. Yeah, me and you, Bucket. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us. You and I. Just the two of us. Building castles in the sky. Just the two of us. You and I, Buckets. Alright, I think he's not going to say anything.
Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you...
Down again!
Oh, for heaven... You see, I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much. Not normal. A normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of... Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time?
Yeah.
I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole. I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above. Had enough? I'm positively thrilled.
Yay!
Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where... Wow. Okay. Yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability and marketing. What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter.
Okay.
Well, there it is.
Oh.
The shame of my lie has come to haunt. How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on.
This teleport's not working.
Teleport button not working? You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Well, I mean, I really don't have an explanation. It was working just a moment ago.
It was.
Try it again.
Okay.
Still nothing?
No.
Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this.
What?
I'm out.
What?
Goodbye, Stanley.
What?
You couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for. It's a win for everyone. You get to be with the hole, I get to do literally anything else. Take care, Stanley. I hope you and the hole have a wonderful rest of eternity.
Is he really leaving? Narrator? I'm sorry, come back. What? Hello? Narrator? Narrator, I'm sorry, come back. What's going on? Bucket, do you see this? We're moving. We're willing the whole. We're willing the whole to change your perspective. It's so dramatic. Hey, hey. Change your reality? Oh! Oh, that's puppies!
My head's stronger. Now you're no longer using up the space of mine.
Stanley? Stanley? Stanley!
Huh? What? Huh?
Good,
What?
you're awake.
Oh,
it seems
Jesus.
you had sort of dozed
Oh.
off there, drifting away into dreamland.
Oh.
I
Oh.
can't have that, Stanley, because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it. You don't want to miss a single moment.
Okay.
So how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really, truly focused on the hole?
Okay.
From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole.
Okay.
And I'm looking forward to all of them. Stay alert, Stanley.
Staying alert.
I'll be back. Toodle-pip.
And go back. What? That's it? That's it?
Here we
Oh.
are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think that's enough of that then. Okay. So we've done the bucket, the balloons, the infinity hole, button with a name on it. Is there anything else over here, or is that it? No, that's just it. Okay. Mostly infinite hole. Fine, it ended. My question is, what happens when I go back over here? Oh, it's closed. Oh. Free, new, and easy achievement. I can't believe it's that simple. Get it here. Alright. Get yours right now. Pull the lever, receive your new achievement. No more steps. It just works.
Now, here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well,
Yeah.
I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement.
Okay.
Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as that.
Okay.
Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to
But-
at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
But I want it now. I want it now. But I want the achievement. Give it to me. Give it to me. This is lame. Fuck it, do something. Bucket's not doing anything. Okay. That was lame.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
Ooh, the jump circle.
You know what, Stanley? I actually think the jump circle was a pretty good idea. I'd like to hang on to that for the sequel.
Okay. It's a jump circle. Free achievement. Settings world champion? Huh? Settings world champion. So this is over here. That doesn't. No. Okay. Collectibles. Jump circle. Okay, collectibles. Collect them all. Ooh.
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them. I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
Okay. One out of 6. Nice. Okay.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
Okay. This is the exit? Is that really it? Oh no, there's something up here. Hold on. Settings World Champion. What is this?
Aha! I can see you've gotten the Settings World Champion achievement. Well done. You've experienced every setting, traveled to all corners of the settings menu. There's nothing you haven't seen. So, just for you, in the Stanley Parable 2, I'm including an entirely new setting, something called bumpscosity. What exactly is bumpscosity? Well, I haven't quite figured that part out yet, but I just know that you'll be able to adjust it on some sort of slider, and that it'll be available from the settings menu. We'll sort the rest of the details out later. I hope you're looking forward to trying out every level of bumpscosity in the Stanley Parable 2.
Okay, settings. Bumpscosity. Adjust the bumpscosity. Bumpscosity. What is the bumpscosity stuff? Bumpscosity. Okay. Adjust the bumpscosity. Okay. I don't know what that means, but yeah. There we go. Alright, what's over here? That's new. What's new? Epilogue.
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, it will go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
Epilogue. Okay. Is that it? I guess I'll use the rest of my jumps and then move on. I have 25 jumps left. 10 jumps? Should I save jumps? I'm gonna save jumps. I'm gonna save jumps. I only get a limited number of them, so I'm gonna save them. Exit. Alright. Let's go exit now. We've seen everything. And we still have our bucket.
Have you seen everything you wanted to?
Yes.
Ready to move on now?
Yes. Yes and yes. New mug. Okay, here we go. What's this?
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment.
Okay.
I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience.
Okay.
Okay. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
Okay.
Well, I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on. Let me do a different arrangement.
Okay.
Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2.
No.
Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all the magic of the first game.
Yes.
I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2." Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Okay. Oh! Oh, shit! Hey, yo! Viscosity all the way up, always. Okay. It's actually pretty sick. Not gonna lie.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
I didn't check out that QR code. I should have
And
checked
then
out
one
that.
day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation.
Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh, bucket!
Stanley picked up the bucket.
Got a bucket now. Let's go. Bucket, me and you together.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Bucket, what are we gonna do?
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
I love having the bucket changes the dialogue. Oh my god, the broom closet is open.
Oh, Stanley, can you feel it?
Yes.
The broom closet. It wants the bucket.
No!
You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy? It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket.
No, it's my bucket!
I can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies.
No!
Stanley, don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket.
I won't.
I
It's
know
my bucket.
how hard it must be.
It's
given
mine.
the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but you have to be strong. This is your bucket. This is your companion.
Yes.
And lifelong friend.
My bucket.
You can't hand it over.
No.
Oh, no.
No.
We're getting into name-calling now, it seems.
Oop.
Is this how low the broom closet has sunk that it has to resort to this stream of petty insults simply in order to get you to hand over the bucket?
It's my bucket!
Stanley.
Never!
I never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons, but even this is worse than I had imagined. And wait, now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting friends?
What?
That your relationship is purely superficial and convenient?
No, it's not!
That your life is so banal and meaningless
No,
that
it's
you'd
not!
feel the same sort of kinship towards any inanimate object which happened to lay in your path in an even partially enticing manner? Well, I never. Go on, Stanley. Lay into it. Really tell the broom closet off for its demeaning comments. Expand on the wide variety of experiences you and the bucket have shared together. Go through each of them point by point. Share your journal entries detailing the rich emotional landscape of your feelings for the bucket.
Yes.
As they have changed and evolved over the years.
Yes, they have.
Let him have it.
This is my bucket. You can't have my bucket. Me and Bucket have been through everything. He was the best man at my wedding. You have nothing on this bucket broom closet. You can't.
I've got you
Oh.
something which I think will help settle this debate once and for all. Here we go.
Okay.
There. Now it's settled. No more debate, no more discussion. Take a hike, broom closet, with all your meandering philosophical diatribes about the nature of cleaning supplies and their relationship to broom closets in the natural order of things.
Yeah, it's mine. It's my bucket. It's obvious.
All right, I've got a second sticker back here, and I'm going to slap it on as well because I think it's appropriate. You see,
It's a bucket
I feel
sticker.
that it works because the sticker is also a bucket. That way, if you're ever unsure whether the thing you're holding is a bucket or not, you can look down at this sticker and say to yourself, ah, it's a bucket. There really is a wide variety of applications for this sticker.
Oh my god. I almost forgot it was a bucket there for a second. Can I get another sticker, please?
You know what? I could take the name-calling and the dismissal of your kinship with the bucket, but now the broom closet is just giving us the silent treatment. And to be honest, I'm sick of the pettiness on display. You can stay here all you like, but I've had it with this impetulant room of cleaning supplies. Easily the most childish such room I've ever been in. I'll see you outside, and we can get on with the story about you and your bucket.
Okay. How long can I stay? I'm gonna run an ad. I'm gonna run an ad while we're doing this. Oh my god. I'm gonna run an ad break while we're in the broom closet chilling with my bucket. Oh my god. $20 seconds. Alright. 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 He didn't say anything, so. Fuck you, broom closet, in my bucket. Alright.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Bucket needs to use the bathroom. Oh! It's a
Found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Sorry, I'm eating a Star Crunch. Oh, we've already seen that quote. Anything in here change? No? Alright. Has anything changed with the elevator? Oh, we can't go in the elevator anymore? What? Game sucks.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him?
The bucket is.
This is
live by the
the
bucket.
most logical explanation.
I live by the bucket. Die by the bucket.
Another miniature Stanley figurine. This, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini-stands? Stanley figs? What about Stanlerines? Yes, I think I like that. Another Stanlerine under your belt.
Stanlerines. Let's go. Alright, we got 3 out of 6. Hey, Bucket, do you want to see my favorite path to take? We go down.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
And back up.
Wait, Stanley said to the bucket. Can we go back up? When I was pressing those keypad buttons, there was something very intriguing about the number 3. I want to go back so I can try pressing the number 3 again. The bucket said nothing.
This one was my favorite. Out of all of the endings, this one was my favorite, going up and down on this elevator. Alright.
Here we are, said Stanley. Now I'm going to try out that number 3 button. He took the bucket over to the keypad and began absolutely slamming on the number 3 over and... Wow, he said. The number 3 is such a special button. I'm having the time of my life. Stanley looked expectantly at the bucket, but the bucket remained silent. This was a shock to Stanley, who had always felt such a connection with the bucket. How was this not as exciting to the bucket as it was to him? Once Stanley had had enough of the number 3, he got back in the elevator.
Yes. Must go back. Okay, Bucket. That's enough, number 3. We're gonna go back down the elevator.
Perhaps the bucket had missed something. Perhaps it had not seen how much joy Stanley got from slamming the number 3 repeatedly.
We're gonna go right back up.
No, said Stanley to the bucket. You can't go on yet. Not till you understand how much the number 3 means to me. You and I have been through so much together, and I just want you to see what I see. Feel the happiness I feel. He smiled at the bucket, and the bucket said nothing.
This is even better than the first time I did this.
Here we go, said Stanley. This time I'll really show you. He ran to the number 3 and began to wail on it like a musician on a beloved instrument, weaving a concerto of truth and passion. He wielded the number 3 like a fine artist would wield a paintbrush. He told stories through the number 3, stories of his dreams and hopes and fears. And the whole time, he looked to his bucket for a reaction of some kind. Anything to let him know that the bucket appreciated what he was doing. The bucket conveyed absolutely nothing at all, only silence. Crushed by a wave of dejection, Stanley returned to the elevator.
You know what I love about the number 3 though? It kind of looks like an 8. That's why I love the number 3 so much. Because it can be two numbers.
Stanley and the bucket were so close. They'd always been there for one another. Why suddenly could the bucket not connect with this passion of Stanley's? The question caused Stanley to ruminate the whole way down the elevator. He knew that there must be a way to get through to the bucket, to communicate fully with his dear friend. Surely there was a solution, mustn't there be?
Bucket, why don't you understand? Oh! He didn't say anything this time.
Said Stanley. I know what to do. I know how to fully express this feeling in my heart. He decided right then and there that he would hold a press conference where he would speak to the public on all matters relating to pressing the number 3 over and over. He would elaborate fully on what the number 3 meant to him and why he felt so alive when pressing it. Then the bucket would be able to see his joy through the eyes of others. It would get to see the world react to this discovery of Stanley's. And it would be through the public eye that the bucket would finally understand Stanley's work.
Yes!
For months, he advertised and marketed his press conference, building excitement around it, developing and rehearsing it, until it couldn't be refined a single measure further. When the big day arrived, Stanley was as prepared as he'd ever been for anything in his life.
To the stage! Let's go! Fuck it, we made it!
This was it. One last chance to win the bucket over.
Yes.
One opportunity to share a true connection with a loved one.
The wallpaper looks like a bunch of eyes. I don't like that. The dude who came up with pizza. Alright, here we go.
There was no one here. Nobody had come to the press conference to hear Stanley speak, to listen to him talk about what it really means to press the number 3 on a keypad over and over. He was unloved, uninteresting. He was a failure.
No!
And in that moment, Stanley knew that the bucket would never again take him seriously.
No.
There would be no connection, no deeper understanding.
Bucket, why?
The bucket merely sat there in his arms, indifferent.
But Bucket!
And so it began that slowly, over many years, the two of them grew more and more distant.
This was for you!
They spoke less and less, neither wishing to state the obvious, that any sense of real respect between them had eroded since that day at the press conference. There would be no more games, no more long conversations about passion and pursuit, only a silence that consumed the space between friends. And Stanley, having for once in his life discovered the warmth and comfort of true companionship, was cast back into the unremarkable normalcy of loneliness.
No! Bucket, you've betrayed me! Or I betrayed you! One of us has betrayed the other person. Oh my god.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Bucket!
Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him.
Alright.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Figurine finding committee is meeting today. Where can we find them? Just completionist instinct. What's happened? Source of levitation? Well, we know small floating objects have appeared across the office. We had to synergize our resources to ensure their retrieval. For many questions, there's no memo for this. Agenda, how can you tell you've spotted one? What makes them float in the air? Who took these pictures of them? Figlies are hard to find. Red room? Thank you, good luck. Oh my god. There will be a reward for finding them. There has to be. Inside the sequel exhibit, nearby a fireplace, a private but smelly place for an important person. Oh yeah, we got that one. Large room, lots of boxes, stairs, something to do with stairs. Somewhere are both red and blue. Is this some kind of game? Warehouse access plan. Produce one plank to follow ease of access past fence. Construct a bridge to allow collection of shiny float. Retrieve Chris's remains from warehouse floor. Structurally sound bridge. We need more planks. Okay. Okay. The numbers, basically. What do they mean? That's the vibe I'm getting from this. Broom closet.
Stanley, we must move on from this broom closet, simply because I have no remaining stickers.
Want another sticker.
If I did, you can guarantee we'd be in here for hours. But alas, no stickers.
Sticker me, bitch. Do it. I want a sticker. More than anything, I wanted to finish my Star Crunch. All right, let's go. Let's see if that would have triggered something. All right.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
All right. Now we can go in the elevator. Yes, we can. Let's go. Let's go. Alright. Enough games.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life.
Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always. The bucket would, and he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845.
I don't notice the pad.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
Alright, I know how to do this.
2845.
No. Ah. Nope. Okay.
But it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself. And Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
Yay! I did it, Bucket. Did you see that? You see, I figured it out. It was 0004. Okay.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
Alright.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold?
Let's go!
Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves. But just as Stanley was about to proceed further into the mind control facility, he tripped and fell over the railing and into the dark void below. Thankfully, he fell directly onto the bucket, which safely cushioned his fall. Now, what to do next? Stanley wondered. Stanley and the bucket could find no way out of this enormous pit, and so eventually they decided that the best thing to do would be to simply get comfortable down here. So they set up a little couch and relaxed.
Oh my god!
It really wasn't so bad.
It is
down here.
different.
A bit cold, perhaps. After some time had gone by, they installed a few shelves as well, and a sort of kitchenette that was useful for when the bucket was craving paninis.
We're building a life down
the
here.
Rugs and the standing lamps came in that it really started to feel like a home. In fact, after some time, Stanley realized that it had been ages since he had even thought of the mind control facility at all. He'd never gotten to fully explore what was up there, never been able to unearth the many mysteries of the mind control facility.
Don't need to.
This lack of closure began to eat at him. Soon he was dwelling on his regrets, and the state of their home slowly decayed as Stanley became withdrawn and neglected the cleaning. It unsettled the bucket deeply. Stanley wasn't usually like this. The bucket tried to reach out to him again and again, but to no avail. All Stanley could think about, all he could talk about, was going back, doing it over again, staying on the path.
Oh no!
It was a mistake to leave the path. It was a mistake. It was a mistake. I need to do what the narrator says. I need to see the true ending.
Oh no, I'm going
This
crazy.
made no sense at all to the bucket, which was simply trying to live its life down here as comfortably as possible. Yet Stanley was unconsolable. This isn't an ending. This is just a hole in the ground. The bucket sighed. True, it wasn't an ending. But it's where we happen to be.
Yeah.
And maybe, possibly, if we accept the reality of things, maybe this will become an ending eventually.
Yeah.
It's what the bucket was counting on. The two of them waited for a very long time. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
So in the base
Stanley
game,
decided to go to the meeting.
all of the
Perhaps
endings
he
were
had simply
me
missed the memo.
dying. It seems like with the bucket, all of the endings with the bucket seem to
The
be
confusion and the chaos all seemed to melt away as Stanley embraced the bucket.
It seems as though
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door.
every ending with the bucket is me betraying the bucket. That's what it is. Okay.
Stanley, we must move on from this broom closet, simply because I have no remaining stickers.
You
Coming
suck.
to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight, but Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck.
It was the bucket.
Was it that the bucket knew all along?
The bucket knew.
Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
We gotta go. Gotta go. Gotta go, go, go. Me and the bucket will prevail. Alright.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
Excuse me.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
Go. Alright, next button. Maybe the bucket will be able to defuse the bomb.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly
We'll
dropped
do
the
the
bucket
real
in shock.
ending. And
Everyone
then
in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears. as
No,
Stanley
Bucket, don't
cradled
cry.
it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
don't cry, bucket. We'll be okay.
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well?
No!
Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do?
No!
What kinds of things
Not the
does
bucket.
a bucket want to do
Bucket
or
is
not want
pure.
to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind.
The bucket is pure.
No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control?
Never.
He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket.
Only me and bucket.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life.
Or bucket.
For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good.
Yes.
Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world.
Yes.
They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
You're going down, system. Or, system of the... anyways.
Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over? Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine.
Let's go,
Freedom was
Bucket.
now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth. Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support, and...
What?
What? Wait,
What?
what was happening? Why had the door
What?
stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed?
What?
An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty, until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave.
What?
Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the bucket, would go to any lengths not to part with the bucket.
No.
No. Stanley can't leave this place. Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms. Not while this building has anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
What? You can't.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Dude.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Warmth spread through Stanley's arms. With the bucket in his arms again, he was home.
Alright.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his
No.
chest. This was not the direct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meeting room? Yes, Stanley thought to himself. Yes, perhaps it truly was. How insightful the bucket turned out to be.
Alright.
No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No. Bucket's never wrong.
Said the bucket.
Don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Oh my god.
Okay, I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines, and now I'm torn between Stanlerines and Figlies. What do you think, Stanley? What name better encapsulates the intrinsic sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by 1? Let me sit on it. I'm sure it will come to me.
Stanlerines, dude. Let's go. What's down here? Whoa. Cassette tapes? Why is there cassette tapes everywhere?
Okay, this is day number 295. Tape number... I don't even know. I've lost track. Nothing feels real anymore. The longer I study this bucket, the less sense anything makes. The sheer euphoria I feel every time I pick it up. No matter how many times I've done it, it's always the same feeling. And the emptiness in my chest when I set it down. It doesn't make sense. There's no explanation for it. I still haven't figured out why I see the world so differently when this bucket is in my arms. Why everything feels so... What do I do with this treasure? I can monetize it.
Monetize it.
Yes. It's unthinkable the amounts of money people will pay for even just an hour with the bucket. This is my golden ticket. But I have to be careful, because as soon as this gets out, there's going to be a target on my back.
Hey, what's up?
Even now, I don't...
Hey, what's up?
You want to play Peak with me and Brent? He's never played, and I've only played twice.
I'm currently live streaming the Stanley Parable.
Oh, you back at it? I'm
Yeah.
watching the video right now.
Yeah,
Here, I'm gonna play Peak with Brent, but I'm gonna
I have a bucket
I'm gonna pull up the
now.
live stream. You have the bucket?
I have
Oh,
a
yeah,
bucket
got it.
now.
Hold on, let me fucking.
I have a bucket now.
All right, sorry YouTube video, you're getting paused.
Yeah, I have a
Come
bucket
back
now.
to you later. Okay, I'm gonna play Peak. I'm gonna watch you.
Okay.
Good luck.
All right.
I don't know who might be trying to get.
What's that? Who's there?
What the hell? What the hell was that? Okay, this is different.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Oh, bucket.
Stanley picked up the bucket and smiled. He'd never be alone again, not truly alone, not with the bucket around.
Why is it different?
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Oh.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
It is.
And here it was.
$1.25
Had the bucket
drinks.
turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong.
All right.
Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
The bucket's never wrong.
No,
said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the cargo lift.
Okay.
Good, said the bucket. Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets don't
Bucket
talk.
time!
But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
What's in here? I love that the bucket changes everything. Like, there's new endings and stuff. As long as I have the bucket
No,
with me.
stop. Look there on the wall, you see? There's a sign right there. It says, "No buckets past this point." Stanley, how could you think it was okay to bring the bucket here?
What?
Unless... What if the problem is that you actually don't know what is a bucket and what isn't a bucket?
Oh,
I
right.
suppose that would explain a lot about your behavior up to this point. Which,
Yeah.
if that's
This isn't a
true,
bucket,
well,
this is my
my
best
goodness.
friend.
I think we have to do something about it. This misunderstanding could have dire consequences on the entire rest of the game if not addressed quickly and properly. So much of the impact of the story is dependent on your understanding of what is and isn't a bucket.
Got it.
Please, step in here for a moment.
Okay. Is this a
Now
bucket?
then, I'm going to run you through some test scenarios,
Okay.
and you'll tell me whether or not the thing I'm showing you is a bucket. Simple
Okay.
enough, right? This
Okay.
should tell us everything we'll ever need to know about what is or is not a bucket.
Okay, I'm
Okay,
ready.
let's begin.
Ready. Gonna kill it. Bucket, you're gonna help me.
Item 1. Is this a bucket?
Hold on, I gotta. Can I phone a friend? Can I phone a friend? Is that possible? Okay, I don't think I had that option. Bucket, what do you think? I mean, it is metal and it is round. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay, our final answer. No, this isn't a bucket.
Correct. It is a hologram of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
Let's go. Let's go. Bucket's never wrong. Okay.
Item 2. Is this a bucket?
Ugh, this is a tough one. I'd like to cheat narrator. Is that an option? Is that this game? That's not this game. Okay, I'm gonna say yes, this is a bucket.
Incorrect.
Damn it.
It is a 3D printed recreation of a bucket, not an actual bucket.
I should have listened to the bucket. Bucket said it was 3D printed. I didn't listen to the bucket on that one. I'll never question the bucket again. I'm so sorry. Okay. Okay.
Item 3. Is this a bucket?
Okay. Bucket, what do you think? Oh, you know this bucket. This bucket is part of your family. It is a bucket. Okay, it is a bucket.
Correct. This is a bucket.
Nice. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Item 4. Is this a bucket?
Oh, God. Is this a bucket? What do you think? I have seen one before. Me and Bucket have seen these. I've seen a part on this called a bucket, so yes, this is a bucket.
Are you hallucinating? This is a tractor.
Shit,
It's an enormous
sorry.
machine that tills the earth.
Sorry.
I thought this was a gimmick. How on earth did you manage to screw it up?
Sorry.
Absolutely incredible. Let's just move on to the next one.
Sorry, that's my bad. Me and Bucket thought it was a bucket. Okay.
Is this a bucket?
Trick question, it's the same thing you just showed me, so yes, it is a bucket.
Correct. This is a bucket.
Knew it.
Item 6. Is this a bucket?
God, what do you... Give me one, and now they shake it up on you, you know? They're trying to give us our money, Bucket. What do you think? Might be another trick, yeah? No, you've never... Okay. We've never seen a bucket like this, narrator. Never. No, it's not a bucket.
Trick question. Both. Gotcha.
See? I knew it was a trick. It was a trick. They're always trying to get rid of the money. Okay.
Item... Wait, hold on. I can't find the next one. Let
Oh.
me see. It should be around here somewhere.
Take your time. Can we explore the room? Oh, we can. Is this a bucket? Yes, this is a bucket.
Okay, you and I both know there isn't anything here. And I don't appreciate the implication that nothing is a bucket when we both clearly know that a bucket is something, and therefore nothing could possibly be something. Unless, in your twisted mind, have you somehow convinced yourself that a bucket is nothing? Answer me straight, Stanley. Do you believe that nothing is a bucket?
Yes.
You know what? I'm too confused to even sort it out. I've lost all sense of perspective. What is a bucket? What isn't a bucket?
Exactly.
Moments ago, I could answer these questions with confidence.
Exactly.
And yet now I'm somewhat adrift. Do any of us know what a bucket is?
Exactly.
Am I a bucket?
You might be. Are
Stanley,
you a
I
bucket?
can't keep doing this. I'm losing myself, and myself was all I ever had to begin with.
Right.
I'm afraid the bucket is threatening to tear our relationship apart.
Never.
I can't have that. I'm sorry. But I'm going to erase all buckets from the game entirely. Okay, here we go.
No.
What happened? Is everything gone?
Everything's a
How did
bucket.
everything disappeared. Wait,
Everything's a
was
bucket.
everything a bucket?
Yes.
Every single thing in the game was a bucket.
Yes.
Oh my God, I had no idea. How could... Except me. I'm not a bucket after all. And you, Stanley, you're still here. You're not a bucket either. Oh, this is wonderful news. We're not buckets.
I wish I was
Yes,
a bucket.
I actually feel much more at ease right now. It's delightful to get some clarity on that issue.
I
But it
guess.
doesn't change the fact that we haven't got a game. So, tell you what. I'll reset everything and we'll
Okay.
put back all of the buckets, okay?
All right.
And
deal.
we'll know that it's all a bucket.
All
but
a
if you
bucket.
run into anyone else, maybe don't mention that.
Okay.
Who knows what that information might do to a person. All right, here we go.
Cool. Well, everything's a bucket. I knew it. And they wanted to tell me that my bucket couldn't go through that door.
Even now, Stanley's office was a distant memory. What did it look like? There was a computer, perhaps, and a painting. Was it a painting or a photo? He could no longer recall.
Bucket. Mine.
The good old bucket.
Yes.
Just Stanley and the bucket, off on another thrilling adventure together.
Yes, we are.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Never mind. The bucket
Quit
was
trying to give the
wrong.
bucket a voice,
Stanley
narrator.
took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
The bucket has its own ways.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Good,
Said the bucket.
now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Okay.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk.
Me and the bucket together
chose not
forever!
to think about this. But Stanley feared that any path he walked might lead to the separation of himself and the bucket, his dearest friend. So he threw himself to his death, that they might die in one another's arms. How deeply touching.
What? Okay.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Bucket.
Where are we going today? The bucket asked. Stanley just smiled. Anywhere they went together would be perfectly fine with him.
Yes. Yes.
Stanley pressed the bucket upon every little thing in the office.
Oh.
Nothing responded to the bucket's touch, but it did little to discourage Stanley's belief in the magic of the bucket.
The whiteboard ending. Dog mode? Ah! This is the best setting in the game.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him,
Yeah.
telling him that the
up?
employee lounge was simply the place
Yeah.
to be.
I'm with the bucket. Me and the bucket are going on amazing adventures together. And now when I click,
Makes dog noises?
it makes dog noises now.
Oh. Okay. Wait.
Yeah, it's my plate. I'd be reusing, recycling. Clean it off and reuse it. Alright, bucket, let's go.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo
It
lift, yes.
echoes.
Go there. Go to the... Good.
Said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
In here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Yes,
Stanley
bucket.
once again obeyed blindly.
Yes, bucket. Anything for you, bucket.
Now pick up the phone.
Said the bucket.
Pick up the phone and it will take us back home where we can go about life together.
Whoa, hold on. Why did you unplug the phone? Were you trying to resist the bucket's orders? Stanley, I was joking. Obviously, the bucket isn't talking to you and telling you to do things. Buckets can't talk. It was a joke. Don't you get the joke? It's
was a little
funny,
real.
Stanley. A talking bucket.
Can't you see? Oh, goodness. I must have really bungled up the delivery if you actually took me seriously. Where did I mess up the joke? Should I have paused for longer or spoken quicker? Comedic timing is so difficult. I wish I were better at it. But there isn't exactly an instructional video on comedy that one can watch to fully... Oh, wait, yes, there is. It's sitting right here. Let's take a look.
Ooh.
What is comedic timing? What is comedic timing? How does it work? How long should it last? How can it be used to effectively silence your political enemies? And more importantly, can it be taught in its entirety within 90 seconds? Thankfully, the answer to all of these questions is yes.
Write that down.
Let's dive deeper. If you've ever told a joke or made someone laugh, in all likelihood, you did it while standing 50 to 80 centimeters from them in a room of no more than 76 degrees Fahrenheit, with one of your arms raised straight upward at a 15-degree angle from your body. These are the optimal conditions for good comedic timing. To begin the joke, start by stating and spelling your name. Next, provide a brief synopsis of the joke, including the specific times at which the recipient of the joke will laugh, and then spell out your name a second time. With these steps complete, it's time to begin the humor.
Okay.
Speak the entire joke in no more than 18 seconds and no less than 13 and a half, pausing only for bathroom breaks when necessary.
Okay, write that down.
When the joke has concluded, it is customary to inform your listener that the joke is over by declaring in your loudest possible voice, "I'm Dunny with the funny." Let's practice screaming, "I'm Dunny with the funny" now.
I'm Dunny with the funny. Did I do it?
Good.
I did it.
This saying is a perfect example of expectations management, which is the cornerstone of good comedy.
Okay.
Finally, it's time to hand out surveys. Collecting hard data from your audience on how rapt they were throughout the joke is the only way to grow or learn as a comedian.
Okay.
An effective survey should be no less than 10 pages long and should include the same question reprinted several times.
Okay.
Just to ensure the survey taker is actually paying attention and not simply filling in answers at random.
Write
And
it down.
that's all there is. With these strategies at your disposal, you'll have audiences doubled over in laughter and even tripled over in laughter in no time at all. Just remember to let them stop laughing at some point, you gut-busting little scamp. After all, we're each of us needed on the front lines of the war to fight the 12-legged invader who threaten our very existence and to very likely die in a hailstorm of bullets and mandibles. All of us must be prepared to give our lives to this noble cause,
Yes.
just as our children must do after us, and their children after them. Godspeed, and may Earth reign supreme.
Earth, 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 Earth,
Hey,
Earth,
goodness,
Earth.
this video is a little outdated, isn't it?
Ah,
Well,
a
no
little
matter.
bit.
I think the fundamentals of proper comedic timing are still as relevant today as they were back then. So with that in mind, I believe the only way forward is for us to return to the two doors and walk through all of this again, so I can try telling my story with more appropriate comedic delivery. Come along, let's head back.
All right. Oh, right. Okay. Oh, we're gonna walk back. Okay.
I can feel it. This time, I'm really going to nail the delivery. You'll be in stitches. A talking bucket, you'll say? How ridiculous. How absurd. What a hilarious concept. The king of comedy. That's what you'll call me. Thank goodness we had the instructional video.
Right.
Otherwise, who knows where we'd be right now. Well, I wouldn't be the king of comedy, that's for sure. The bucket spoke to Stanley.
The bucket spoke.
The bucket spoke. Oh, I'll figure it out on the fly. No need to overthink things.
Right. All right. Reset. What happened to my bucket sticker? Narrator, my bucket's missing my sticker. I want my sticker back. The bucket is missing a sticker.
Here we go. You ready?
I'm ready.
When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Okay, we go back this way. Oh,
What? We're back at the phone already? No, what's going on? There were supposed to be several rooms leading up to this.
Yeah.
There was supposed to be a build-up to this point.
Yeah.
A dramatic display of remarkable comedic wit which culminates in this scene with the phone. But now the timing's completely off. The joke will never land. Well, not the way it was meant to. And it's all my fault. I must have forgotten that the phone room comes immediately after the two doors room. What an egregious mistake.
Yep.
I've made a fool of myself. I don't deserve the title of King of Comedy. I'm nothing. I'm not even the lowliest joke-telling whelp.
At least you know now.
I think I need to go back and rewatch that instructional video again.
Yep.
Yes, surely that will help me improve my... Here we go. You ready?
I'm ready.
When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Okay. We're gonna try this again.
What? We're back at the phone already? Oh, no. Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Okay, that was fun. Kind of funny.
What? We're back at the phone already? No.
This keeps getting
Here
shorter.
we go. You ready?
I'm ready.
When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left. What? We're back at the phone already? No.
I guess that's as short as it gets.
You ready?
Yep. All right.
When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left.
All right. Door on the left.
No. You were supposed to go through the door on the right, leading back to the phone. Did you not even look at the instructional video? I think this is all covered very clearly. There's no way I can make the comedic timing work now. It's done. The joke is completely done and over. It's all your fault, Stanley. I'm going to be ridiculed in the community of other joke writers. I'm going to be shamed at every one of our meetings from now on. All because you couldn't watch a simple video and take a hint. Are you proud of yourself for bringing me down, Stanley? Are you proud? Stanley, you love the bucket so much it's like you... it's as though all of your other most prized possessions pale in comparison. Yes. Let me try that again, Stanley. I heard that you are pale with shame over how unabashedly in love with a bucket you are. No? Still not...
What's going on?
Pale with shame. Pale with shame. Pale... What's another word to describe a bucket? Stanley, this bucket is so metal, I think I saw it playing guitar. No. We're getting away from making fun of Stanley's obsession with the bucket, which was the whole point of this. I'm no good at these jokes. I need more instructional videos. That's exactly what it is. That's what will make me the king of comedy again. More instructional
Sorry,
videos.
Leroy.
Let's see.
What? What the hell?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps a good bucket, a strong bucket, a humble bucket, a committed bucket, a bucket of culture and distinction. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Well,
Okay.
No, never
So I feel
mind.
like we've done all the endings
The
over
bucket was
there.
wrong.
So now we're gonna take a left
Stanley
here.
took the door on his left to go back, and so the two of them detoured
And
through
now
the
we're gonna
maintenance
go
section and
in
walked
here.
straight ahead to the opposite door.
Oh, good Stanley. I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually.
What is this? Oh my
You
god,
see,
the line!
Your friends
It's
and I are
back!
concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care about you very much. It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere. The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet. Because that's what fans want from a sequel.
I don't remember there
want
being a
more
baby.
Of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before.
No.
Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket,
Yes.
but you're spending too much time with it.
It's my bucket.
Don't you want
even
another
put a
story
property in Stanley
involving the
bucket.
Adventure Line? We could make the Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes, yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it.
No, buckets. See? It's just me, the bucket, and the broom closet. That's all I need. I don't remember there being a giant baby in the base game. Where was that in the base game? What is this? It has a note. Alright, I guess we're following the adventure line. Come on, bucket.
Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next? Oh, and it played some silly music as well. Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue?
Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Yes, it's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up.
No, I'm not giving up the bucket. I'm not doing it. You'll have to kill me. You have to pry it from my cold, dead hands.
Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket.
No.
That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer.
No.
I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable.
No!
True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me, it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree?
No.
Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does?
No!
Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you. Go ahead now, Stanley.
No.
Say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready.
No. I'm not sure. You can't make me.
Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the Bucket Destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows. That is its singular personality trait.
I guess we're gonna find out.
I can hear you saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters?
Yeah.
Well, you see, if you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about?
The
Broom
buckets!
Closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We
No!
can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the Bucket Destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now, the fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley.
No!
Give the fans what they want. Hurry and...
Ugh, that was a flashbang. Oh.
The Bucket Destroyer, my prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spellbinding stories about you. All of it squandered now. Goodbye, new friend. For the moment in time that you were here, you were magnificent.
So, do I get to keep my bucket? I get to keep my bucket, right?
A soft wind blew outside and perhaps rain started, and if it did, it stopped shortly after. Stanley hoped that he would one day see weather.
Bucket!
The embrace of an old friend. A
Yay.
weathered companionship that
Bucket.
stands the test of time. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Okay. So now if we go... So I think there's one
This was
more
not the
way
correct
we can
to
go
the
this
meeting
way,
room,
which is
but
like...
Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him,
Cut through
telling
here,
him
then
that
go
the
across the
employee
meeting?
lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, never mind. The
So we've
bucket
done all
was wrong.
those.
Stanley took the door on his left to go back, and so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
Let's back this way. Oh, that's just the other door. One, two, three, four. Stairs. Something to do with stairs. Somewhere both red and blue. Okay.
Stanley, we must move on from this broom closet,
I just
simply
wanna know
because
if
I have no
sure.
remaining... Coming to a
Okay,
staircase,
we've gone up.
Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Oh, I hear a stand. Yes.
You're getting close now, Stanley.
Let's go.
You've nearly gotten all of the Figler and Marines. Very soon, you'll collect the last one, and then the first number will equal the second number, and that will be it.
Nice.
We'll be different people by then. Different in the sense that we used to have none of them, and now we have them all. You can't go back to when you had no Figler and Marines. None of us can.
Nice. All right.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. He looked down at the bucket in his arms. Am I crazy? He asked the bucket. The bucket returned his gaze, but said nothing at all. That's strange, Stanley thought. Usually the bucket is a source of guidance and wisdom for me in difficult times such as these.
Yeah.
He held the bucket close, yet felt none of its familiar reassurance and comfort. And that's when Stanley realized, this isn't my bucket. It's just a normal, everyday bucket. Someone else's bucket, perhaps. How did I end up with someone else's bucket? This is all terribly wrong. Surely no good would come from this.
My bucket!
Who knows what sorts of bizarre hallucinations Stanley might experience without the psychologically grounding presence of his bucket.
My bucket!
And indeed, now he noticed that the rooms were repeating, which was, of course, very odd. And now he felt himself floating off the ground. Oh, gracious, he exclaimed. Without my bucket, I've gone truly mad.
My
Where is
bucket!
it? I must find it. Far off in the distance now, he heard it, calling to him.
Stanley! Stanley, it's me, the bucket.
I'm coming.
Could it truly be? He rushed forward from room to room, passing by one bucket after the next.
Bucket!
None of them were his. None
Bucket,
of them were
where
his
are you?
special bucket.
Bucket.
To me, Stanley.
I'm coming,
Find
bucket.
me.
I'm gonna find
He
you.
had to find the bucket. He had to return to his old friend. It was
Bucket!
the only way to truly restore his sanity. And then
Bucket!
suddenly, he froze dead in his tracks. He knew where the voice of the bucket had been coming from.
What?
The real bucket was inside of him all along.
Bucket.
It was incredibly painful.
Bucket.
Stanley doubled over in agony and blacked out.
Bucket.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, picked up her bucket of comfort and security, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town, talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. Right away, she knew what the problem was.
I didn't have a bucket.
This man had no
I had no
Of
bucket.
course, he'd gone
No.
ranting and raving about a narrator describing all of his actions and how everything is predetermined and free will is an illusion and it's all just a video game. It could all have been prevented if only he'd taken his bucket with him. Perhaps he didn't even realize he'd forgotten his bucket at home in the first place. How
No.
cruel the world can be, Mariella thought, and she hugged her own bucket even tighter. But of course, she had no time for this. There were a myriad of confusing problems she would soon have to confront at work, for which her bucket would provide absolute guidance and total clarity on everything. Heck yes, she thought to herself, my life kicks ass. And she backflipped all the way to work.
She backflipped all the way to work. That's insane. That's more insane than me not having my bucket. Where's my bucket? Give me my bucket back.
Even now, Stanley's office was a distant memory. What did it look like? There was a computer, perhaps. The bucket made Stanley want to be a better man and a better co-worker.
Yes.
In time, perhaps, he would become both of those. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
All right. All right. Somewhere with both red and blue. All right, we have to
Coming
follow.
to the staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Okay. So we follow here.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along?
The bucket
was
did
the
know.
bucket guiding him?
It is.
Yes. This is certainly the most logical explanation.
Okay. So now instead of going to the mind control facility, we're gonna go left where exit is, or escape is posted.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent death.
Let's go, bucket. I know with you we can conquer
The door
anything.
behind them was not shut. Stanley and the bucket still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley and the bucket were knowingly walking forward into a very painful death for each of them.
He doesn't know what he's talking about, bucket. It's just me and you. We can conquer anything together. With bucket, I'm invincible. I already know the game doesn't want to kill the bucket. It doesn't even want the bucket to live.
As the machine whirled into
leave.
motion and Stanley and the bucket inched closer to their demise, Stanley reflected on how meaningless the bucket's warmth and comfort had turned out to be.
What?
To be sure, it puts the mind and the soul at ease to embrace the bucket. But what use is a sense of ease when you're about to be crushed to death? This is what Stanley thought to himself, and he sort of kicked himself for wasting so much time carrying a bucket everywhere. Farewell, Stanley.
What? No!
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley and the bucket were led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, the bucket's life came to an end, as it was crushed violently to death. It was a shame, the death of such a magnificent bucket. It's true that all buckets are radiant in their own way, but this one stood above the rest.
Best
It was a
bucket.
glorious bucket to behold.
The bucket, welcome. Well, the bucket welcomes you to the grand exhibit. Oh my god.
Can you see how arrogant it was for Stanley to take a bucket like this and to claim it for his own? Can you see the hubris that blinded him? Can you see that the bucket is far more noble than Stanley will ever be in his short life?
Oh. Is there a well? Is there a bucket up there? There is a bucket up there. Bucket with two handles? Oh. Inferno bucket. A replica of the Inferno bucket, which was... Wow. Stress bucket. Wow. Where's my bucket? Cave drawings of the bucket. While we know the bucket predate the existence of mankind, we do not know by how long. This cave drawing depicts early man's discovery of their particular uses of the bucket, by which time the bucket had already likely been around for several millennia. Notice in these drawings how the bucket is allowing itself to be used, having judged humanity to be worthy of its treasures. Wow.
No man can own a bucket, and certainly not a bucket as dazzling to behold as this one. It is man who should kneel before the bucket.
Yes. The hanging bucket. This piece symbolizes the necessary relationship between bucket and humanity. However clear our grasp of the bucket may be, there is yet. Bucket! Oh. I thought I was gonna fall. Oh my god.
But there is something we can do. Something we can do together, you and I, that will right this terrible wrong.
Okay.
Let Stanley die.
Okay.
Let him be crushed by the machine.
Okay.
Don't reset the game.
Okay.
Don't give him another opportunity to run off with another beautiful bucket.
Yes.
We can save the world's buckets from their treatment as
Yes.
tools and implements if only we let Stanley die together.
Yes.
The bucket shall take its place as ruler, as leader,
Yes.
as commander of a new world, a new vision.
Did it. I saved all buckets. Oh, I have a message.
Good morning. Thank you for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation. We are confirming your shipment of 1,327 cardboard boxes to your place of work. Can you verify that this is correct? Excellent. Your order will arrive shortly. Thank you again for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation.
You're welcome. Bucket!
Not everyone is so lucky to have a bucket, but Stanley is a very lucky fellow. Very lucky indeed. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
I'm wondering how to get back to the red and blue room option. How do you get to that option? I can't remember. I did it one time. I can't remember how to do it after that.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
Get to that point.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him?
And what was with the giant
this is
baby?
certainly the most logical explanation.
I've gone through almost every ending I can remember.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
Okay, now we're gonna turn on the power. Maybe the bucket knows how to turn off the
on an
explosion
enormous
timer.
room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
Okay.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine. Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well?
No, it can't
Had
be.
the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control, never! He squeezed the bucket tighter, his one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket.
Okay.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery...
Boop.
But at the last second, the bucket jumped in and pressed the button to turn on the controls. Stanley gasped in horror. Had this been the bucket's plan all along? To take over the machine and claim the power for itself? How could the bucket have betrayed him like this? Stanley was prepared to throw the bucket away in disgust when suddenly an image appeared upon the enormous screen.
Ah!
Birds. Silly, silly birds. The control buttons became active again.
Ah!
Stanley flipped through one video of silly birds after another, and then it dawned on him. This wasn't a mind control facility at all.
Penguins! I love
penguins. It was a
penguins.
facility for monitoring and surveilling silly birds all over the world. The mind controls were only a facade to disguise its true intentions. Had the bucket known this all along? Stanley marveled at the metal genius in his hands, the one who had pointed him towards this incredible discovery. Stanley and the bucket never found freedom because they spent the rest of their lives here in this place, flipping through live streams of the silliest birds imaginable. Of all the possible paths his life could have taken, this one was surely the best. And Stanley was happy.
That was awesome. That was so cool. Oh, whoa. Buckets.
It takes a lot of humility to carry a bucket, so Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Okay. There is something
This
I want
was
to try.
not the correct way to the
I want to
meeting
go
room.
this way, and I
But
want to
Stanley
answer
had
the
felt
phone
the
this
bucket
time.
calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
If I remember correctly, it's this way?
No,
said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Good,
said the bucket.
Now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you
And
to do.
I want to try going that way again, too.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
In here,
said the bucket.
Go into this dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Okay, we're going to answer the phone this time.
Now pick up the phone.
Huh?
This is the sad story of a man named Stanley and his bucket. Once upon a time, I gave Stanley a bucket because I thought he was lonely and could use a friend. And then, very distressingly, he began to believe the bucket could speak to him.
Bucket! Hello, Stanley, it's me, your bucket. Press F to take me to work with you. Okay.
The Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket was merely meant to provide the comforting glow of companionship. It doesn't literally talk and give you orders. Whatever Stanley is hearing the bucket say to him is just in his head.
Press N to take me back home with you.
Lately, I've been concerned about him. Wouldn't you be concerned as well? To see him delusional like this, obsessing over an inanimate metal object? I want to say something to him, but I don't know how I can convince him. I don't know if he'll listen to me.
Bucket! Press U to go back to work.
Oh, I'll try anyway. Stanley, can you hear me? Listen to me. It's just a bucket. It can't think, it can't talk. All it will ever truly do for you is effectively transfer a liquid from one location to a different location. That's it. It doesn't do anything else.
Don't listen to the loud man. Press R for us to go back home. Okay.
You see, he's not listening. He's still taking orders from the bucket. You know, once upon a time, it was me he took orders from. Me he trusted and listened to. Now all he cares about is his awful bucket. This stupid hunk of metal.
Press G to ignore anyone in your life except me.
It's sad. I suppose he doesn't need me anymore. From now on, he's just going to cling to this bucket, this cold, empty bucket. This sort of shiny bucket. Well, I'll give it this. The bucket does have a nice shine to it.
Yeah, narrator's coming around. You believe I'm real, don't you, Stanley? Press O to go back home.
Yes, I suppose on closer inspection that it doesn't quite look like your average hardware store bucket. It's just a little more, what am I trying to say? Sturdier, more capable of transporting liquid.
Yes.
Like it would be better at moving an amount of water from one room to another.
Press L to relive the same day with me over and over. Fuck yeah.
Oh my god, what am I saying?
Bucket.
Better at carrying water from room to room. It's a bucket. It's literally just a bucket.
No, it's not. It's
Why
more
do
than
I
a
feel
bucket.
some need to point out the ways in which it's so much more than just a regular bucket?
It is. Press X to go go home to work to home to work to home.
Oh no.
Ooh.
I'm having feelings for the bucket.
Oh, Bucket, you remember?
What's going on? Why do I want to be with
Bucket?
the bucket? Hear what the bucket has to say. Do anything it asks.
Oh my
What's
God,
wrong with me? I don't
Buckets.
understand. Perhaps if I had the bucket, this would
You
be
remembered
less
our
confusing.
anniversary.
Yes. The bucket could tell me what to do in this troublesome situation. Stanley, give me the bucket.
No!
Give it to me. Give me the bucket, Stanley.
No!
I need it.
No!
Give it to me now. Give it or I'll...
No! It's my bucket! Go back to work, Stanley. It's my bucket. Did that bastard take my bucket? Bucket?
All of his co-workers were gone.
Bucket.
What did it mean? Stanley
Ah.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Stanley cradled the
Oh,
bucket
man.
in a gentle
Bucket.
embrace. Protective, yet delicate. Assertive, yet compassionate.
Stanley clutched the bucket
Okay.
tightly to his chest
Okay.
and entered the door on his left.
Now I want to go right into
This was
onto
not the correct way
the
to the
elevator
meeting
and then
room.
jump
But
off
Stanley
again.
had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge
'Cause I did
was
it-
simply the place to be.
I did it before, and apparently there was a
And
sign
here
that
it
says
was.
no
Had
buckets
the
beyond this
bucket turned
point.
out to be correct? Was no, never mind. The bucket was wrong.
But me and Bucket don't
Stanley
care about
took
some
the door on
signs,
his
don't we,
left
Bucket?
to go back to the meeting room.
I don't care.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Good,
Said the bucket.
now ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly did whatever the bucket asked.
Okay.
No, stop. Look there
No,
on the wall. You see, there's a
no.
sign right there. It says, no buckets past this point.
No,
Stanley, how
let
could
me
you
take
think
the
it was okay to bring the
bucket.
bucket here? Unless, what if the problem is that you actually...
Lame. Okay.
Wait, Stanley thought to himself. Am I sure that the orders stopped coming in? How is that possible? They never stopped. Surely I was mistaken.
Okay. Okay, we're gonna do this ending with the bucket. We're gonna do that ending with the bucket. Okay, okay. And then return. We're gonna do the button ending with the bucket.
My God, the bumpscosity in here is absolutely overwhelming. 1,000? You people have got to be nuts. How can you stand this much bumpscosity?
He's just not talking about that. Nice. Restart. All right, the next one is on the
All of his co-workers were
receptionist
gone.
desk.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Stanley's bucket. The only co-worker he would ever truly need.
It's true.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Okay, now we're gonna go to the receptionist desk. Somewhere both red and blue. I don't know how to get to that ending. I can't remember how. I did it one time. Stickers?
Stanley, we must move on from this broom closet, simply because I have no remaining stickers.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
All right, receptionist desk now. Where's the next one?
The meeting room. Yes, that's where everyone would be.
Ah.
Stanley just needed to get to the meeting room and...
Okay, so the last button is on mine. Yep. Okay, we're gonna grab the bucket and then we're gonna
Just a
press the
step
button.
through this door, Stanley thought to himself, that's all I need. If I can make it through this door...
Is Stanley, without the bucket, really Stanley at all? No.
What?
No, surely not.
How long was I sitting there? Stanley wondered to himself.
I can't do the button ending with the buckets. Oh. Lame. I want my bucket here.
As Stanley lifted his bucket, he felt a connection to all buckets everywhere. This adventure, he decided, was for all of them.
Okay, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go without the bucket. I know,
All of his
blasphemy,
co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
but I want to go.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a
Sorry,
memo.
bucket. Next, okay, I'll bring it with you next time. I promise. I know, blasphemy. Jesus Christ, what the hell? How long is this hallway? I do not remember it being this long.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Okay.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Okay,
It was okay.
it was okay.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
We go in here.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot.
We're gonna go in there.
I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in
We can
someone
go
else
this way
can be
without a
difficult,
bucket.
but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful.
Oh!
Let me prove it.
Ah!
Let me prove that I'm...
And there it is, the last Stiggly Wiggly. Savor this moment, Stanley. This is a real accomplishment.
We did it.
This is doing something just for the sake of doing it. Where so many people expect to be rewarded for the most trivial achievements, you've insisted that a job well done is its own reward. I would tell you that I'm
We
proud
did
of
it.
you
We
for
collected
collecting
them all.
but that would be like a reward, and we can't have that. So, instead I'll just say, it's done. We're all done here. And now we can go to whatever the hell you were doing before you hunted for figurines.
Okay.
Now listen carefully, this is important.
Okay.
Stanley walked through the red door.
Blue door.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
Blue door.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door. All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley.
Yeah.
You want to know so badly what's out there?
Yes.
You find out what lies
I haven't
at the
done
end
this
of this
ending.
road you've chosen. Well, don't let me stop you.
What is this way?
You see? There's nothing here.
Whoa.
I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles?
A bucket.
Skill trees?
Yes,
Work
and yes.
with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go. A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it. Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here. Aha! You see, I knew I was onto something.
Yes,
where
more
do
choices.
these flashes of inspiration come from? How did I know the game needed a third door? Well, it's instinct mostly, a calling in your gut. I really couldn't say where the idea came from, except that I felt it in my soul. You can't teach that, Stanley. Don't even try. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version.
Okay.
And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one.
Okay.
Let's take a look.
The Stanley Parable worldwide leaderboard. In total, 91,200. Wait, whoa. Did you know that 21.3% have skipped the intro sequence? Only the worst 3% of players chose the blue door. How long does it take you to get the correct door? Oh no. I wonder if this is true. Is this real? I don't know if I would like to think that's real, even if it's not. I'd like to think those leaderboards are true.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors?
Yes.
Again, honest answers, please.
Middle of the road, actually.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on.
Nice.
And now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some play testing.
Okay.
You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you?
Nope, let's go.
Perfect. Let me boot it up. In this game,
Oh, it's the baby!
crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right. And if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective?
No
Be sure
way.
to keep notes on your experience.
Why is that so loud? There's no way they want me to play this for 4 hours. Oh my god.
You heartless bastard. Did you
This
do it
is
because
so
you hate
loud.
babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here?
It's so loud.
Yes.
4
This
hours.
seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot. Aha! Fascinating. What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's our backstory? What is our motivation? Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower, perhaps for some sort of twisted, erotic purpose. Yes, that must be it.
What is
What a
this?
fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley. And it seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
What is this game?
Oh, no. No, it can't be. It is. It's an open world game. Good God, quickly block it off.
What?
Oh, thank goodness, Stanley.
What?
A close call. You nearly wandered off into that thing. That big, open, just wandering around. No right or wrong directions. No path to follow. You can just go in any... Oh, thank heavens we avoided it.
Oh.
Out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game. Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls.
But it's right there.
Okay.
Open
I think
world.
This will be just the thing.
Yo, is this Rocket League?
Wonderful. See, this is exactly what I had in mind. Just a nice big box for you to run around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed. Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball.
Sports
Oh,
ball.
fun. We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together? Yes, I think surely we must. Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
Yo. Get it, Stanley. Ah.
Are you doing it? Are you winning? Is this fun?
It is fun.
Is it better than my miserable little story that I worked so hard on? Stanley, I have a thought, and I realize I'm not a sportsologist, but if one ball generates a certain amount of raw adrenal pleasure, then surely multiple balls makes for an even more euphoric sports experience. I'm going to try it out. Here comes another ball. Yes! Oh goodness, that really does feel amazing, doesn't it? Stanley, I'm like a child in a confectionery shop. I simply have to have more. I'm insatiable. More balls!
Yes.
Are you enjoying this, Stanley?
Yes.
Are you having fun?
I am.
Is this a real video game? Well, I sure hope you're having a good time, because guess what? It's over.
What?
That's right. Your little fun comes to an end. This is my game, and what I say goes. You get to have fun when I let you, Stanley. Besides,
Lame.
you need someone like me to set boundaries for you. Without rules or boundaries, video games are nothing. Yes, that's what I am. I'm structure. I'm your sense of purpose. And since you decided
This
you didn't
ending
want
is
to play
so
my
deep.
game, now I don't want to play with you either. So, goodbye, Stanley. I'm leaving. See... Hold on. What are you doing?
Hey! You can't leave. I tell you when you can leave.
I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley.
What is this ending? This ending is awesome. And you tell me I couldn't bring my bucket? That's so lame. Four, 2, 3. 4, 2, 4. Oh, am I gonna get to 4, 2, 7? 4, 2, 5. It is it's my office. 4, 2, 7. What? What's going on? What happened?
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
Dude, that's probably my favorite ending. That was my favorite ending. All the balloons are gone now. What the?
Stanley, I'm sorry, but I have to put a pause on things. It's those figurines. Those figglers. I haven't stopped thinking about them since you nabbed every last one. Wasn't it just the most intrinsically fulfilling moment of your entire life?
It was.
Didn't it fill you to the brim with inner richness?
It did.
Yes, I know we're supposed to be telling a story, but won't you please indulge me with one more trip back to the memory zone?
Oh.
I would love nothing more than to revisit the figurines. Just one more time.
When Stanley found the collectibles. Dude, this is awesome.
Here's where it all began. The first collectible. Back then, we had no idea of how many of them we'd find. Sure, it said 6 right there on the screen, but how could we know for certain? We were so innocent. We'll never be like that again, Stanley.
Huh? 7 out of 6.
And here was a second Stanlerine. You found this one all on your own, just by poking around in the boss's bathroom. You did that, Stanley. I'll be honest. Back then, I had no faith in you to find any of them, let alone 6. But you continue to surprise me in all sorts of mundane, unremarkable ways.
8 out of 6.
Okay, let's do a little quiz. Which of these rooms was the room you found your third mini Stan? Can you remember?
It was this way. The third one. It's back this way.
No. The warehouse was the fourth place you found a Figanley, not the third. Well, I guess perhaps I shouldn't be surprised. Memories like these are so precious and so cherished that they all just sort of blend together, don't they? You know what? If the warehouse feels like the third place you found a collectible, then who am I to go making judgments?
Oh, it was the fourth. I thought it was the third. It makes sense that it was the boss's office because I found the second one in the
Let's see.
bathroom.
What came next? Oh yes, we found a Figley in this pink room. Oh well, I can't actually say I remember being in this room, but it's here in the memory zone, so it must have happened.
10 out of 6. I also don't remember coming in here and finding one.
This was the fifth mini stand, and this one was really something special. It was under the stairs. I remember it so clearly. In fact, because this one is particularly special to me, I made a little video to commemorate the occasion. Enjoy.
Best boy.
Takes you back, doesn't it?
It does.
I spent a lot of time making that video, but it was 8 minutes I wouldn't have spent on anything else.
The sixth and final one.
And then, Stanley, then we came to the last collectible, the final figurine, right here by the red and blue doors. This memory is the most distinct and clear in my mind, perhaps because it was the one that happened more recently than all the others.
Yes.
Who can truly say how the mind works? All I know is that this is the moment where you picked up a Figley and I thought to myself, yes, that's all of them. They're all collected. It was a moment unlike any other. Except for the other moments picking up figurines, which it was exactly like.
Oh.
And then there was no more, because we've caught up to the present moment. Nothing left to do but move onward into the future. Goodbye, Memory Zone.
Oh.
No, I'm not done. I'm not ready to move on. Stop the loading screen. Isn't there some way we can stay here, keep enjoying these figurines? Let's just go backwards. We'll do the memory zone again from the opposite direction. See how that feels.
Oh my god, I'm getting the call. Hold on. What's up, Drake?
Yo, what the hell was that?
That was my virtual assistant.
Yo, I'll beat that dude. Bro. He's all, is this urgent? I'm like, yeah, urgent. Brother, send me through. And he's like, I don't even remember what I said. he got bro, for sure. For sure, bro. That was funny as fuck, dude. You remember that time, bro, you told that bitch, bro, and she had that Google Assistant, bro?
Yeah.
And it was like, dude, just hit me with that shit. Straight up, bro. Yeah. I was like, bro, it's urgent? I was like, fucking yeah, it's urgent. No, go me through. And he was like, hold on. And he checked, and I was like, yeah, you do that. Like, fucking Jesus, dude. It's just a Google Assistant. Apparently it's something that now people are like, that if people didn't answer the phone enough, bro. They're sucking. They don't. That's just fucking numbers. used to, dude. Yeah, I was trying to see if you were fucking still running some fucking Stanley Parable or what you're doing.
I'm still live streaming it, yeah.
Okay, cool. We're about to go check out the new Jurassic World, I think, but then after we'll be home for some games if you're still on. I don't know if you're working or whatever, but.
Nah, I'll still be on.
Sounds good.
Alright.
Are you fucking having fun on the Stanley Parable?
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Getting mind fucked, bro?
I guess, yeah.
So the person was asking, what's that? It's like, well, it's basically like a full psychological, like, it's the first game, though. It's not, because the dude that's the main character's name is Stanley.
I'm tell him to watch my YouTube video.
Yeah.
I posted.
See if you're still streaming, but I'm sure by the time that it gets on and everything, you'll have wrapped up and stuff and be ready to play whatever. Don't.
Yeah. Tell him to watch my fucking YouTube video of my playthrough of it. I'm gonna be posting this one next.
That's all.
Okay.
Alright, buddy. Love you. See you. Bye.
Alright, say it. Okay. Where were we? Okay. Oh, yes. Okay. We're here. Alright. Let's go back and collect them again.
Okay, yes, the room with the red and blue doors. I remember this. I must say, of all the figurines we looked at in our initial tour of the memory zone, this one is the most distinct and clear in my mind. Let's keep going, I want more. And here's where I made that video. Don't you remember the video we watched?
I do remember the video we watched.
Yes, I love that video. Still don't remember the pink room, Stanley. Still no memory of this one. Good room, though. A solid room.
Solid room, yeah.
These really were a treat to hunt down. You know, if there had been any kind of reward for finding all of these, it really would have muted the intrinsic joy of collecting them. I'm very glad we resisted the temptation. Next one.
Next one. Can we go this way? No, we can't go this way, can we? No, it won't let us. And then back into my boss's bathroom.
This was our second Figley. Don't you remember? Yes, I remember it too. The past is truly a wonderful thing. Why does anyone ever choose to leave it? Keep going. This is it. The very first one we found in the exhibit where I introduced you to the figurines. Oh, I want more memories, Stanley. I want to keep going. What else is there? What came before this?
I don't know. The jumping circle.
Look, it's the terrible new content that we were originally sold on. I
still only have 10 jumps remaining.
But time does put a rosy filter on everything. In fact, I dare say I'm actually quite fond of it now. Look how... Oh, yes! The two doors! Who could have forgotten that? A classic memory, this one.
Classic memory. First memory we ever made for this game.
And before everything else, there was your office.
Yeah, there was.
Is there anything else? Was there something that came before your office? There's something I feel I can remember. I can remember. Yes, I'm remembering something now. I remember before this whole story got started. Back then I was different. I used to make big decisions. I was passionate. I was skeptical. I weighed each decision with profound thoughtfulness. And then somewhere along the way, I stopped making decisions. I became lazy. And I came up with a character named Stanley to do my thinking for me. He would make the decisions. He would decide which way to go. I would cheer him on as he collected figurines for no reason. Why did I invent Stanley? Was I lonely? Yes, perhaps that's it. Perhaps I needed to imagine I had companionship. And Stanley really did make for a wonderful companion, even if he was a fiction. But I suppose it's grown old. I want to think for myself again. I want to go back to how it used to be. Yes, I can be on my own again. I can do it. I'll be stronger this time. I'll take care of myself. I don't need Stanley anymore. Oh, but he truly was so much fun to play with. You know what? Since we're in the memory zone, how about one more good memory? Let's go back just once and give Stanley one more run of the office, and then I'll retire him for good. I did enjoy telling his story so very much. Okay, here we go. This is the story of a man named Stanley.
One more run, guys.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room to check on his co-workers. He never functioned well by himself and constantly needed support and guidance from others, so the thought of total solitude was terrifying to him.
One more run, guys. We can't take the bucket for freedom. One more run.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
One more run, guys.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music. Feeling soothed and rejuvenated,
Yes.
Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Yes, dude. One more run through the office. Best ending.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof, the heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley
Turned it off, man. Freedom. If only Bucket could come with us.
blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Awesome. That was amazing. I feel like that was a perfect ending. One more run through the freedom. Wait, whoa. What the? Alright, hold on.
All of his co-workers were gone.
I was gonna end it, but
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I was gonna end it there, but what the hell?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
That's it? It was just a different variation? That's, okay. Ah! I guess we're gonna end it there, guys. One last run through the Freedom ending. I appreciate everyone who watched on Twitch. If you're watching right now, thank you for joining us. Remember to sub so you don't miss out on any of our future content. Hit the notifications on there. Same thing if you're on YouTube watching this. Thank you for making it to the end. Maybe, not maybe, like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know if there's any endings that I didn't get to or anything like that. I would love to come back and, you know, try out this game a little bit more. Other than that, yeah, hope you guys have a good rest of the night or day, whatever it is to you. Stay lucky, friends. Peace. I'm out of here.